Hello and welcome back to the official Live, Laugh Lily Kincade podcast with your girl Lily Kincade. We are on episode 10 of season 3. Where did the time go? Seriously, this has been just a crazy start to 2026, but I'm just so happy that y'all are here with me. And we have a fun video today because it's doing one of my favorite things ever. I'm going to be answering your questions. And, you know, I always say, you don't have to take my advice. My advice may not be good, but I love just getting to share my perspective on things or what I would do in certain situations because I do believe that we can learn so much from each other. So I'm really happy to be here today. If you're new here, welcome. And you're gonna have to go binge all of the other episodes, season 1, season 2, the other 9 episodes, a part of season 3. And you can also get my book, my first book, you guys, Live, Laugh Lily Kincade season 1, expanding on it. It's awesome. You can get it on Amazon. I'll link it all down below. But I just love it, and I'm so happy you're here. We're going to dive right into it. I've been collecting questions over on various social media channels. They're all linked down below that you should follow, and I've been saving them up, and I put them all in a notes app, and I'm going to kind of rapid fire. Like, we're not going to dive super deep into every question because I feel like I'm a yapper and I could just yap for hours. But if there are certain topics and you're like, wow, I would love a full episode on that, or I would love to dive deeper, please comment down below or DM me on Instagram because that's perfect. And I always say, we are in this together. Life is not meant to be lived alone. So we're going to dive into the questions, but first we're going to read our quote of the week because that is something we always do. And this week's quote is by Arthur Ashe. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. So simple, but so good. And in terms of like answering your questions, I loved every week I'm on Pinterest and I'm like searching for quotes to read for y'all. And I love this quote because no matter your situation, no matter if it's good, but no matter what it is, I love that because it just gives you kind of a roadmap. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. And I just love that so much. So we're going to dive into it. If you see me looking down, it's because my computer is right here. I'm recording on my phone and I don't have my iPad with me. So we're making it work with what we have, you know, just like the quote said. Question number 1. How did you learn to believe in yourself before anyone else did? I think how I believed in myself was really just loving what I do. In terms of what I do, I mean, there's a giant piano behind me, but I think that I love music so much and I love writing that I was never doing it out of a place of like, people are going to like me if I'm really good at this. And so I really think that your soul is naturally kind of telling you where your passions are and follow your passions. Because when you really love something, like I would still play music if nobody saw it. I would still sing, and I still do. I sing when I'm like doing my makeup or when I'm in the shower. No one's listening to me. No one's watching me, but I'm still singing. And I think that I believed in it because I loved it so much. And I was so fixated and passionate about what I was doing that I wasn't worried or waiting for the approval of others. Of course, there was times of insecurity. We all go through that. But on a core base level, I think when you love what you do, it makes it really easy to focus on the passion, focus on the art versus like the outcome of the art, if that makes sense. Next question. What do you do on days when you don't feel very confident? There are many days I don't feel very confident. And I want you to know first and foremost that is completely normal. You are not, even the most confident people in the world are not going to feel confident every day. That's just not reality. But something for me is I love just like leaning into it. If there's days that I don't feel super confident about something, I'll like be like, okay, I'll put on a sad song, or I'll lean into it for a little bit and try to discover like, why don't I feel really confident? Is it because of something I've done? Like I have a show coming up and I don't feel very confident because I haven't practiced enough. Okay, I need to practice again, or I need to go sing that again. Or do I not feel very confident because I don't like my outfit? Should I like rechange my outfit to make it more comfortable or make it feel more like me? Sometimes I find that I'm unconfident because I'm not true to who I am. And I know some of y'all have experienced this too, like, you know, when you're trying to fit in, or if you're trying to dress a certain way or do your makeup a certain way, it almost makes you feel not confident because you're not embracing who you are. And it sounds contrary, but when you start to embrace actually like what you like to do, like right now I'm in like a fun cozy little sweat set. Like I could be dressed up, but I'm in a fun cozy little sweat set even though I have my hair and makeup done because I wanted to wear a fun cozy little sweat set. And I feel confident because I feel confident because I like what I'm wearing, you know. But the more you embrace the things that make you, I promise you, it may not seem like it now, but I promise you will become more confident over time. So that's a little like hack that I do. Also too, like sometimes, you know, you gotta fake it till you make it, and you gotta put on some fun, upbeat music if you have to go to work or you have a job interview or you have a date or you have something important. But yeah, lean into who you are, listen to good music. You got this. Next question. How do you stop comparing yourself to other people online? I still do this, we are all doing this, and it's difficult. It's difficult, right? We're exposed to so much, and step one is like not feeling bad for doing it. I used to be like, oh my God, I'm like literally so embarrassing, and like, this is crazy. Why am I comparing myself to this person? Like, I feel so insecure that I'm even comparing this person. And first of all, it's like, you know what? No, we all struggle with comparison. We all struggle with comparisons, to never feel alone in that. Something that I like to do, and something that my pastor had said, was every time you want to compare, do the opposite of that, or compliment. So it's like, if there's a artist and their song is amazing and I feel comparison, like my songs aren't, this is like a, what's it called? A hypothetical scenario, okay? Hypothetical scenario. If I'm like, oh my gosh, my songs are bad. I wish I would have written that song. Instead of beating myself up and being insecure, if I know that person, text them, I love your song. I wish I wrote it. It's so amazing. Congratulations. If it's not somebody that I personally know and it's just somebody I follow on social media, I'm going to go to their Instagram and be like, I love your song. It's amazing. I've had it on repeat all week. It's an amazing song. I wish I wrote it. Like, do the opposite effect. If you feel just give more compliments and do the opposite effect. That is something for me that really helps. And it just kind of like centers you back. It's almost like you have to overcorrect. And I don't know, it's just like gets you out of your head. You got to get out of your head, because comparison just tries to make you hate yourself from the inside out. And so to counteract that, you need to love others from outside. Yeah. Okay. Next we have, what are some things that helped you become fully yourself? Okay, some things that helped me fully become myself. I would say the first thing, this isn't like a really complicated thing, but you can start with make a list of things you love and make a list of things you hate. I think that it's really difficult automatically just be like, this defines myself, because we're always constantly growing and changing, but everything around you shapes you. So like, find out what things you love, find out what things you hate. And sometimes, like, if you can't off the top of your head think about like, here's what I love, you can think of the things you hate and it will like lead you to the things you love. But it can be as simple as like, here are my 5, like I have a list in my notes app and it's like, here are my 5 favorite films right now. Here are my 5 favorite activities. Here are my 5 favorite foods. Here are my 5 favorite albums. Like, here are my top songs of the month. Like, have things about you that make up you. It's like, you don't need to make everything your personality. You become your personality because you're shaped by all these amazing things. So like, lean into that and spend some time discovering that. Go on Pinterest, design like your dream. Here's my dream wardrobe with like Pinterest photos, and kind of get to know your style and know that it's allowed to change. I think that I was a lot more fixated on like, it has to be like this when I was younger. And now I realize like, no, your style can change. You are the common denominator. You are the factor, the magic throughout, and you're allowed to grow and change. That's normal. And that's amazing. Okay. Next question is, how do you push through when you feel creatively blocked? I've said this a lot. This happens. This comes in waves with songwriting. It'll be many different waves. But what I tend to do is I remain creative, but in a different medium. So if I'm in a season where I'm like, I'm not writing that many songs, I'm not feeling like sonically inspired, I'll still be writing and like certain things, but I'll be like, I'm going to get really into photography. I'm going to like pour out my creativity into making stop motion videos like, I do, or I'm making really cool graphic designs or really cool edits. And if you're somebody who doesn't have that, this is the perfect time to explore that. If you're feeling really burnt out doing makeup, like cool makeup videos, switch to, okay, I'm going to do like hair. I don't know anything about hair, but I'm going to like use my creativity and learn a new skill. So like, I love just creatively doing other forms of creativity often leads you back to feeling super creative in your original form. Yeah. That was like a long answer, but I love being creative. I could talk about that all day, as y'all know. Okay. Next question is, do you write the lyrics or melodies first when writing your songs? It's always different. I tend to say they come together. It's really rare for me to just have a melody. I've never really just had a melody. I've had lyrics just like written down on a piece of paper, and I've had lyrics and melody at the same time. That the lyrics and melody at the same time tends to be, I may have like a title or something written down, but I'll like sit down thinking of the title, or like I see it on my phone or I see it on a piece of paper, and then the melody and lyrics just all come together. But if you want to know more about that, I'll actually put it down below in the Spotify description, but on YouTube, I'll link it on the screen too. This is my favorite thing ever. I created these songwriting process playlist videos for pretty much all of my music I've released and every single song on my debut album, Cinematic. And it shows you that. I screen recorded my phone showing you from voice memo to studio to finish song, the whole process. And it's dated, so you can see the dates. Sometimes it's really fast. I write a song, boom, done. Sometimes I write a song, come back to it 6 months. Sometimes I write just a verse, come back to it 6 months later. Sometimes it takes 3 years, 2 years, 4 years. It doesn't matter. Creativity doesn't have a time limit. Create timeless things that are true to you, but you should definitely go watch those and let me know what you think. Okay, next question is, what song took the longest for you to finish? Oh my goodness. I actually have no idea what this would probably be. Oh my goodness. Wait, now I'm like, okay, this song, I guess writing wise is a lot different than writing versus the production. So I'm gonna go with like the writing right now. I guess, okay, I have two-ish songs. I would say Behind the Scenes, which is the opening track of my debut album. I originally had that idea and the chorus idea and melody probably in October, I believe. And then that following January is when I ended up writing the song. So that was a couple months of the idea brewing and stirring in my head. But also 405, which is a bop, may I add. 405, I originally started writing on April 5th. Crazy. So in sync. And then we had the first verse and chorus. And then over that summer, I was kind of writing second verses. And then we ended up getting in the studio and finishing it in August, I want to say. So like that had a lot of time too. There's no right or wrong way, which is why I love songwriting, because it's just, I don't know. I'm a music nerd, as y'all know. So, okay, next question is, have you ever been scared to share something in a song that's really personal? Of course I'm scared, but I use that as a sign that I should probably say it, because if music isn't me, if I'm not being vulnerable in my music, it's not affecting people. Like, I want to listen to a song and have it kind of like, oh my gosh, like have it make me feel something, and I used to be so scared to share my feelings. That's why I turned to music, because it was a safe place for me. It was like my safe space was me writing a song. It wasn't me. I didn't have to express my feelings to somebody. I could just write a song. And so like, to me, it's my safe space, but also too, I've learned to realize as I grow up and get older and go through things, that vulnerability is a superpower. It is a superpower. At least to me, I think there's something so beautiful about being vulnerable in good times and in bad times. And a lot of people, I feel like as a society, we're so used to like repressing and covering it up and pretending we're perfect, or pretending we're really moody and sad when maybe we feel really good, and embracing exactly where we are. No matter if that's good, bad, ugly, as the lyrics in Cinematics say, embracing it, because it is a superpower. Yeah. That was a great question. Thank you for asking that. Okay. Next is, what does discipline, or how do you stay disciplined daily? Okay. My discipline fluctuates. Like I said, you're going to have good days and bad days, especially being a woman, we have hormone cycles that are different from men. So if you're a guy and you're watching this doesn't apply to you, but I think it's listening to your body. Oh, I hate how cliche that sounds. Y'all, listening to your body. It sounds so cliche, but it's so true. Like, I've been in periods of my life where I overworked myself, where I literally was like overworking myself, and I could feel it. I was getting sick. I was getting really exhausted. I had headaches. Like, if you overwork yourself, your body's going to shut down. And so listening to your body and trying to plan out everything. I love using like Google Calendar, like get a planner, because if you plan out everything, then you're not trying to cram everything in. So like, if I know, like every single week, okay, I film this podcast. I do my mental health Monday check-ins. I spend time on social media. If I looked at everything I'd posted on social media, or how much I DM'd you guys, I would be so overwhelmed if I tried to cram that into one day. I do it very gradually, you guys. Very gradually. Like, today I'll film this. Tomorrow I'll edit this. The next day I'll cut it up and make little clips for Instagram. Like, plan everything out, and it really helps, because then you start to do a little bit every single day versus trying to cram it all, and it helps you stay disciplined, helps you be motivated, I feel like. But yeah, I could do a whole episode on that if you want more. Okay. Next, what's the biggest lesson in life that you've learned so far? They like lesson to learn, clearly. I would say, like I said, vulnerability is a superpower. Vulnerability is a superpower. Yes. Since I already said that, I'm going to use another one. Know when to stay silent. I've learned that if you can master the art of timing, everything in life is timing, right? But if you can really master the art of timing when you speak, whether that be like somebody did something wrong to you, and if you want to defend them, it could even just be texting them back or talking to them, or publicly, privately, whatever it is, like, or if you are in a situation where somebody's treating you poorly, like, knowing when and where to use your words and when and where to pour your love and pour your energy in is such a valuable skill, because we waste so much time just getting caught up in drama, getting caught up in breakups, getting caught up in things that are stealing our time from us. And so if you can master the art of knowing when to stay silent and when to speak up, that's a great lesson. Something I'm learning. And we're always learning, right? We're always learning. I should hope so. I should hope you guys are learning from this. If you are, give the channel 5 stars on Spotify, and you should already subscribe on YouTube. But if you are, I want you to comment your favorite thing that you learned. I want you to comment at the end of this your favorite thing you learned, or favorite thing or things that you learned, because it makes me happy. And I go through and it's me doing this. People used to be like, do you have a system? I'm like, no, y'all, it's me answering the DMs. It's me commenting back to y'all. And it makes me so happy. Truly. It's like my favorite part of my day. So please comment what you learned. Okay. We're going to like rapid fire through these. Otherwise this video is going to be like an hour long and it's never going to upload. Okay. What's a small habit that changed your life? Walking on the treadmill when I do social media. Whenever I'm DMing you guys, I'm usually walking on the treadmill, or even when I'm posting. I love it because it makes me feel like I don't get stuck in doom scrolling. I'm walking. I feel good. I'm getting my hot girl walk in. I love walking. If you don't have a treadmill, I walk around the neighborhood too. Sometimes like walk around outside. It sounds silly, but like walking, it changes your life. Just start walking every day. Put on some good music and start walking. You will feel so confident. It's crazy. Okay. How do you protect your energy around people? I protect my energy by realizing that it's mine. Like similarly to what I said, like knowing when to speak up, knowing when to leave a party, knowing when to go to a party. Like just knowing when you are being valued is such a great way. Like go where you are wanted, go where you are valued, but give people the opportunity to show that. You have to be vulnerable if you're beginning a friendship, beginning a relationship. It's going to be scary. It's going to be awkward, but just know that, you know what? People's energy should match your energy. And if it's not being matched, or if it's not being met, then there'll be other places where people want your love and they want to love you back. So yeah, I love that. Do you ever feel pressure to perform for the camera? Not really, because I document everything. I'm so used to literally talking to myself in the mirror. I'll be doing my makeup and I'll be like, okay, next I'm gonna do this blush, super cute, that it literally feels like I'm just talking to myself when I talk to you guys. Like no one's in the room with me. It's just you. But like I get that you're my phone, but you're not my phone. You're my friends. But yeah, I never really feel pressured. But that's just because I have like the best people, and I don't know, I feel like we've started to grow up together, and it's just crazy. But I love y'all, so I feel very lucky and grateful for all of y'all. Okay, how do you balance working hard towards your goals while not overworking? Okay, this is a good question. Like I said in a different answer before, you don't want to overwork. I think it's real. Something I've realized is that the things that are worth having will take time. Even if you have all the money in the world, even if you have all of the connections in the world, if you got that thing tomorrow, if I got my dream, if I had a show tomorrow that was like sold out Staples Center / crypto arena now, sold out tomorrow, I wouldn't be ready. I don't have a band. I don't have my in-ears yet. I don't have dancers. I don't have outfits. I would not be ready. So understand that there is a beautiful thing, because you're mentally and just physically and like you're learning skills as you grow towards your goals. And so I think something that really helps me is just staying laser focused on being better than I was yesterday. And that can be like mentally and also like physically. Like, so I put out 15 songs. I put out an album last year, and I had a Let Me Leave acoustic. I put out 15 songs last year. And so this year I'm like, I'm going to work so hard, and I'm going to put out 15 good songs, not just random songs. I want to put out more because I want to do, or 16 songs minimum this year. I want to do more than I did last year because I want to constantly be growing and stretching myself. Okay, a couple more. I hate having to pick. Maybe we'll do a part 2. Let me know if you want to see a part 2 of this. How do you navigate friendships as you grow? The answer is in the question itself. Like, as you grow, there's going to be some friends you're going to grow out of, and some you're going to grow closer to. And I think realizing that friendships are for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And just because you and that person, no longer are super close friends, that doesn't mean that you weren't ever friends, unless there was something bad that happened. But I'm assuming this is like, you just kind of drift apart, which is so normal. It really made me realize and appreciate in the moment when I did have these really good friends, because things happen. People move away, they get new jobs, maybe they get married, maybe they have kids. And if anything, navigating them has just, as I've gotten older and navigating friendships, it's made me realize that, time is gonna pass, and so like be so grateful for where you are. Don't try to outrush your season. If you are somebody who's making new friends right now, don't rush that season. That's beautiful. You get to like meet a bunch of different people. Yeah, is it scary? Is it lonely sometimes? But it's also amazing. And then if you're in a season where you do have these amazing friends, like one day you might not have that friend group anymore. I've been a part of friend groups and it was so beautiful, some of my favorite memories, but obviously it's not gonna last forever. And so just really lean in and appreciate them, and don't be afraid to make new friends. Don't be afraid to let old friends go. And same when old friends let go of you because you guys are growing apart, don't ruin the beautiful memories and time you had by like causing an argument or starting a fight, Okay, wait, a couple more questions. What do you do when you don't feel peaceful, or like what do you do when you're lonely? Whenever I'm lonely, I spend a lot of time alone because I do love my solitude. In order to create, I have to listen to my thoughts. I have to have a lot of silence every day. I'm also an only child, so I'm used to a lot of alone time. But whenever I'm lonely, I love driving. I love driving. It's an LA thing. If you grow up in LA, if you're from LA, you just know you spend so many hours driving in your car that it becomes almost like a peaceful place. So I'll go for a long drive. It could be to the beach. It could be to like my favorite restaurant. It could be to like my favorite lookout spot. And sometimes I'll drive in silence and I'll songwrite. I write a lot of songs in my car. And then sometimes I'll drive and listen to my favorite music, or listen to sad music, listen to things that inspire me. I really love driving. I also really love creating when I'm lonely. I tend to create when I'm by myself, not necessarily feeling lonely, but physically lonely. And so sometimes creating can almost like, it becomes like a comfort. I'm not alone because I'm creating now, and I'm like getting to work on something that makes me happy and that I'm passionate about. So I really, really love that. There's another question that was asking me like, how do I get out of moods when I'm sad? Same thing, creating, going for drives, but also letting myself be sad. I listen to my really sad songs I write. Ellie Doesn't Miss Me at my funeral. I watch movies. I really love reading books. Whenever I'm really, really sad or like really down bad, I love reading a good fiction book. If you have any book recs, let me know, because y'all have amazing taste and I want your book recommendations. But I love reading books. That's a big thing for me. I have my little Kindle. Okay, one more question. This is just a compliment. Listening to Cinematic and remembering God has my back. You know what? Period. God does have your back, and thank you so much for listening to Cinematic. Okay, the final question is, how do you move forward after heartbreak? Well, first off, listen to last week's episode, How to Survive a Breakup, but I think you physically have to move on, right? Because time is gonna happen. But I think this sounds like counterintuitive, but tell yourself that, you know what, there's always gonna be a piece of your heart that loves this person, and that's okay and that's beautiful, because that person shaped who you are. I always say, like, I don't have any regrets because everything that happened to me and everything in my life has led me to here. And so tell yourself that, remind yourself of that, write sticky notes. You can write letters. I really love writing letters or journaling. Don't send them to this person, but just keep them for you. But like, go through the memories and like think of all of the things that you have learned, all of the ways you've grown, all of the amazing like experiences that you had that shaped you and that are going to set you up for this next chapter. And know that, healing isn't linear. It's going to be like the ocean. It's going to be like waves. So just take it one day at a time and realize that you can love somebody forever, and love is just going to change into a different form of love. But that doesn't mean that that it wasn't real, So let yourself feel that and just give yourself grace as you enter this next season. But yeah, I don't know how many questions we got through. I have a whole list, but I try to get through so many. I feel like I'm trying to keep the episodes under like 30 minutes because I don't want them to get too long. But thank you guys so much for watching. We have to end the episode with my second grade teacher, Mrs. Gontra's favorite affirmation quote she created. Today is a wonderful day. I'm confident because I am a problem solver. I always have options because I choose to be optimistic. Today I will learn something new, laugh, and make a difference in someone else's life. I love you all so much. I will link everything I talked about in the show notes and /or on the screen. But I love y'all. And don't forget, you can follow the official Live Laugh Lily Kincade podcast Instagram at Live Laugh Lily Kincade. I'll link it below just for little clips and little motivational reminders throughout the week. So I love y'all so much, and I will see you next week.